Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influences interest on YouTube.
What's going on, people? This is Inflewence, and I'm doing a little combiner tutorial. Basically, I'm going through some of the combiners. Somebody says something, I forget who, but they were asking about different combiners and wondering sizes and shapes and colors and no, maybe not all that, but basically sizes. So these are all my combiners that I have. Excuse the mess in the back. Of course, I couldn't do this on my table because of the room needed for this massive combiner showdown. So we're gonna get right into it. I'm not gonna waste too much time. Like I said, please excuse the space because of course I couldn't do it at my normal spot. So yeah, here is the big boy. This is probably my biggest combiner, which is Zeta's Bruticus. But all their combiners are about the same size. Bruticus just seems a little bit bigger, which I think maybe he should be. Then you got X-Transbot's Minosaur, which is the same relatively or relative size. And this is basically the MP size of combiners, which is 50 centimeters. I think 22 inches or 21 inches, something like that. I don't know the conversions right now, but I'm going to measure them. So then we have Zeta's Superion over here, and of course the same size. And then we have Zeta's, well, it's Moon Studios, but it's Zeta's design, and they're all the same size. Those are basically considered MP. Now these are like MP sizes. They're MP to me. Some people are, you know, it's debated sometimes, but I think most MP collectors don't debate that this is the size that they want their combiners. I'm into relative scale. I know some people don't care about scale. However, I like my combiners to be like super bigger than individual figures, and like city bots bigger than combiners. Unicron would be the biggest. Then we can move along. This is Jimbao, which is their oversized, but it's basically chug scale. I actually like the way the bots look, and I have the Light Toys kit coming eventually. They're selling the Light Toys kit. I think Light Toys has a contract with somebody, so it's not printed, it's mass produced. I think injection molding, so it's going to be like proper. I mean, I'm going to feel the plastic when it comes, but it's going to be more of a proper type of add-on kit than just a printed add-on kit. So I'm going to see what that does to this, because even though Toy World is probably, which is Zeta as well, I don't have Toy World's Devastator. However, it's as big as these guys over here. So Jimbao is small. You can see from the side by side. That's why I put him there. So I arranged these as they are. So you see how much smaller Jimbao is to, which this was Gravity Builder, I think, Generation Toys, if I'm not mistaken. It's a oversized KO of them. But as you see, even though it's oversized, it's still a lot smaller. Doesn't really fit. Then you have Hasbro's. So getting off the point, this is like more of a chug as it stands. It was a stand-in for me, but it's more of a chug size. Then moving along, you have basic chug Combiner Wars Devastator, which at the time it wasn't, you see it's the same size as Jimbao, so it wasn't, definitely wasn't a bad sized figure. Quality wise, you know, it wasn't the best. It's a mainline figure, so it wasn't the best figure quality wise. But then you have, this is Jimbao's also, which is their They claim oversized, but I think it's the same size as the original one, the Hasbro one. So this is Pretty King, and you see it's probably the same size as that. And then over here you have the oversized version of, I think, GT's Defensor, and you can see how much smaller he is to that. So even though he's oversized, he's super. And the original one is like super chug. He's still chuggish. But yeah, he's more. When MP first started, I wasn't really collecting when it first started. However, I did get into it maybe a few years after, and third party, I should say. And all the combiners coming out were probably this size because they weren't many companies making combiners. Then as it went on, you know, chug size, but it was kind of MP because it's all we had in the third party world. So you got this guy and other guys like it that were this size compared to Zeta's. Then Zeta came out with their combiners, which Toy World's Devastator up the ante. And now this is, like I said in the beginning, these are about the MP scale. Now if anybody ups the size again, I mean, I doubt they will, because this is about, I think this is about a good size, because if you up the size anymore, then you get in the city bot territory, and you're still at city bot territory. Because then let me get a city bot wise here. And Scorpion's a little bit in front, but it's still, you can tell that it's bigger, and that's the, I guess, chug size. But it's a little bit bulkier, a little bit bigger, but it's only a little bit bigger than Zeta's. So I mean, if they up the combiner scale again, it'll just be towering over the city bots, and I'm not sure how people would like that. But I don't know how many people use Hasbro's. I mean, that's all we got really. We had Make Toys did a few, but I don't know how many of those are out there. Most people have Hasbro's in with their MPs, or they don't have one as an MP. Measure some of the bots. So they're not standing straight up and down, but you got this measuring at what, 21 inches, 23 with the guns. You got this one measuring like 20 inches. Again, not standing straight up and down. Superion, of course, at 20, almost 21 with the ears. This guy, again, 20, 21, 22 with the wings. Then you start to get over in this territory, and you can see the difference. Here we got 17, almost 18. Again, Hasbro's 17, just about. Pretty King, again, just about 17 with the guns. It's like 18, 19. And he's measuring at like, what, 15? No, 13. 13, 14 with the propellers. Closing, that's pretty much it. If you're looking for chug, if you like chug scale more, these would probably be your best bet. And I'm sure there's others coming out. I don't really collect chug too much anymore, so I don't really keep up on what's coming out. I do know that they're about to get done. Their Defensor is done for maybe not Generation Toy. Yeah, maybe Generation Toys. Can't remember. There's a couple Devastators coming out, but they're supposed to be this size. They're supposed to be coming out soon. Well, not soon, but X-Transbots got one, and Tron Labs, I guess. I don't know if they're still doing one that's that or legend scale. But yeah, these guys right here, the bread and butter. And I actually wish Zeta or Moon Studios would do all the rest of the combiners. We need a Computron. We need a Defensor. Well, X-Transbox is doing Defensor in the proper scale for me. But I would love to see Zeta tackle them. All right, so thanks for watching this video. I hope it was helpful for those that's beginning to collect. You know, those that's in it, it might have been redundant information. All right, so thanks again, and I will get over to you in another one.
You know, life ain't over, life ain't over, life ain't over. As long as you're alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want.